Earlier today, I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and a question she asked me I wanted to answer for you as well. It's relevant on the topic of purpose because finding your purpose is a process. It's not something you can rush. It is not a cookie cutter step-by-step process that you can just figure out in one setting. So what do you do in the meantime while you are going through your own season, your own process of discovering or choosing your life purpose? One thing that you can do starting right now is to focus on yourself, focus on your life, get more organized, declutter your home, figure out your morning routine, your evening routine, your nutritional and exercise regimens so that you're feeling like you're already living your purpose while you're figuring out what that purpose is ultimately going to be. So as you make those kinds of changes that are more straightforward, you feel like you're getting progress to set yourself up so that once you do have your purpose, you're free to just move on it and take action. You're organized, you're decluttered, you have more time, you have more energy in your life. But I got a question from a friend of mine today, knowing that I'm a lifestylist and that I research neuroscience and things like this. She noticed that I had mentioned the importance of celebration, that the brain really needs to celebrate. And so she asked me, what are some ways that I do that? So the answer I gave her was, there's two ways to look at it, and you can look at it in both ways at the same time. One way to begin to celebrate your life is to look big picture as an experimental season of your life where you're becoming curious about what interests you, what brings you joy. A lot of us are disconnected from that. We don't know the answer to that question. What do we like? What brings us joy? Because we just weren't asked. And because our world that we live in is really aimed at getting us to know what we want to buy and not necessarily what brings us joy. So we need to start to discover that. But we can't ask ourselves that directly. It's the same thing as people, when I was growing up, were always asking, what do you want to be when you grow up? And that type of direct question would make my brain freeze. It would make me shut down. And it was like, I don't know. And I'd get stressed out about it. And I learned later it's because the brain doesn't like direct questions like that. So you need to ask yourself, what brings you joy in what I call side door or back door ways. So you can just start to gently notice in your life things that you enjoy and then start to find patterns and get clues. And if you want to work with me to zero in and get laser sharp answers, quickly in one sitting in minutes, then click the link in the description and follow that path to set up an appointment and we can get that squared away for you. But otherwise, it's a season. So big picture, just be patient with yourself. And then the other answer is that for right now, you can celebrate in ways that are super simple, small, and immediate, like imagining that you're giving yourself a high five or you're giving yourself an internal hug. And you can just tell yourself things that you would tell a child or a team that they did a good job or to encourage them. So something like, great job, that's awesome. That's exactly what you needed to do, keep going. It doesn't have to be complicated and it doesn't have to be for huge milestones that you reach or huge goals. The more you celebrate, the more simple you keep it, and the smaller the things that you choose to celebrate, the better. So this airplane is telling me that it's time to go, but when I turn this off, I pack up my camera and I go, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to tell myself, okay, yes, good job. Good job, you did your video, you met your goal for being able to post every day. If I get in the car and I make it home safely, great job, good job. Oh, you found a parking spot, good job, yay, high five. And nobody even has to know that you're celebrating. So big picture, but also little picture, immediate, don't take it too seriously. So I hope that helps, and I hope everything is beautiful with you. Big hugs, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.